Hey there, Wondering Watchers. I'm Sony Golden for The Vibe is Golden. Welcome to this special titillating edition of Tabloid Tarot, which unveils celebrity secrets in love, dating, and supercoupling. In today's titillating tabloid tarot, we're taking a peek at one of the highest paid footballers in the world. We are throwing ERLING HAALAND'S love life and career into the spotlight to be tabloid tarot. So let's see what sensational headline we have for ERLING. Connection, magic, effort, play, and pioneer. So the light attributes of pioneer are passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. The shadow attributes: compulsive need to keep moving on. Okay, so this is making me think of his current relationship with Isabel Johansson, who is also a footballer, and apparently they've known each other for I don't know, since they were like kids and kind of grew up in the same like club, playing for the same club, something along those lines. So here with this connection, it's a sense of like truly connecting in terms of like where their heart is, like the interests that they have in football, and this playing, like just, you know, playing game, and also them being kids. This aspect of effort is really making it seem like they are both putting in that effort, and kind of ERLING puts effort into everything that he does. And with this magic, it made me think of the term hat trick. I don't follow football or soccer, but I believe that is a term for football, that he scores a lot of goals. So here it's making me think like he's like magic on the field. And then you have this pioneer, kind of breaking records, doing things that haven't been done before. So it seems like he's like breaking records when it comes to the goals he scores, how quickly he has achieved certain goals or accomplishments compared to other footballers. And almost a sense like he's really got a lot of positive things going on for him. I think it's interesting. The shadow attribute is compulsive need to keep moving on with this pioneer. So I note that a lot of the news articles lately kind of talk about him being allured away from Manchester City, and just people throwing gobs of money at him. So it's a sense of kind of, you know, doing what hasn't been done before, and whether or not he will find satisfaction in kind of staying where he is, or whether he needs to just keep on moving on. Possibly with his love connection, it may kind of indicate that he will stay in England, but considering she also like has that love of football and knows what he's put into, that it might be that, you know, she encourages him to move on if the time is right. But let's explore the juicy details of this story. I am going to lay out the cards, and then I'll go through the positions. On the right side, I'm going to do love, and on the left, I'm going to do career. So, ooh. Okay, so a lot of things going on when it comes to love. Okay, so Here, I'm just looking at the bottom of the deck, the influencing energy, the Four of Swords, so a sense of kind of needing a break. And then you've got the Emperor here, so it's like him being on top of the world, being like having power and authority in his career, and kind of like needing some time alone. And then you can see above this person, there's like a picture of a couple embracing. So here I have his current attitude, which is the Five of Cups. The heart of the matter is Ace of Wands. The underlying hope, fear, we have the King of Cups. When it comes to his career in the past, we have the Justice card. The present, we have Four of Cups. And the future, we have the Hermit. But what comes next is this King of Pentacles. When it comes to love in the past, we have the Hierophant. In the present, we have the Devil. In the future, we have the Nine of Cups. What comes next in love for Erling? We have the Page of Pentacles. So it's interesting that for what comes next, you have the Pentacles, which is like money and preparing to get money, or kind of investing, learning about things. But his current attitude, we have the Five of Cups. So there is some kind of maybe disappointment or sadness, a potential loss. You know, it could be that he was hoping to move on, hoping that to be getting an offer to play somewhere else. At the heart of the matter here, we have the Ace of Wands. So that is that, you know, pioneer energy, like wanting to create something new, wanting to have a new excitement or adventure. And also it's the card of moving and travel. And the underlying hope or fear, we have the King of Cups. So here, to me, this is more like wanting to be the romantic partner to someone, like more love oriented. So it could be kind of like this current attitude has to do with like him being kind of wanting to possibly move teams, move to a different country, but really the challenge there is that, you know, he has something that works, you know, like that seems like it could go the distance. So let's take a look at the Five of Cups in the current attitude. We have the World card, which is another card of moving. It's a card of success, completion, acknowledgement, and having like a new adventure. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers and Two of Pentacles. So it's kind of like a life-changing decision or decisions that he's kind of like juggling. Maybe he is kind of preparing, like mentally preparing, emotionally preparing for if he were to be picked up by a different organization outside of England. So let's see what the heart of the matter is with the Ace of Wands. We have the Five of Swords. So this is a card of like winning at all costs. So kind of not only fighting for like what you want, but fighting so hard that everyone else kind of like fails and succeeds. You have the Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune here. So it's almost kind of like money talks type of thing, and it's kind of like wherever the money takes them, regardless of what he would want. But kind of like, would he walk away if the money took him? Is it worth leaving a relationship if the money took him to some place where he could be this like pioneer, or would it just be him just moving on to keep moving on? So let's see about the King of Cups. Down here we have the Star. So to me, like, the underlying hope, fear is like, it is that clash of being recognized for like your big heart or being recognized by the world. That's the way that I'm seeing this Star, is like just bedazzling everybody. So let's take a look at his career. We have Justice in the past. To me, that's talking about like contracts. So let's take a look at that. We have the Queen of Swords. To me, that's kind of like his agent, kind of like, I'm going to get him exactly what he deserves. We got the Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, kind of building up financial, material wealth, and also like kind of doing what he loves. So in terms of the past, in terms of the present, we have here the Four of Cups. So a sense of like not super thrilled, not like amazed, some type of introspection going on, like just internal, which kind of can relate to this current attitude of the Five of Cups. So with Erling being a Cancer, it could be that he's just like really going through a lot of emotional things, kind of tapping into how he feels to determine like the directions to go in. We have here the Page of Swords. So it could be like with this Page of Swords, trying to gather more information, trying to see like, it's almost to me kind of trying to figure out ways that the contract can be changed, or ways that the contract can be written to potentially like for loopholes and so forth. And here we have the Knight of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. So this kind of conflict of like going after what you want, and then also kind of being like stuck in the quicksand, kind of like trying to hold on to what you already have. So in the future, when it comes to the career, we have the Hermit. So this could be Erling kind of doing something on his own, maybe like a hard journey for him. We have here the Tower. Interesting. So it's almost a sense of like whatever he is trying to accomplish, in terms of like him being more knowledgeable, him being like tapping into his emotions and where is it going to lead him, all that's going to like not really turn out for anything. It's kind of like a false belief, because ultimately what's next is this King of Pentacles, and it's like follow the money. So let's take a look at what's next for the career. We have the High Priestess. Interesting. This is about like hidden knowledge, what will be revealed in due time. So maybe there are some like behind the scenes discussions. You have here Judgment and the Four of Wands. So there's some kind of like reflection on kind of like how Erling got to where he is, how happy he is, and what's below there, and the Four of Swords, and whether or not he kind of wants to hold on to this relationship, or if he's going to need to be apart. So let's take a look at the past. In his love life, we have the Hierophant. To me, this is like rules and institutions. It could be it could be kind of like certain, what's it called, standards or rules that he has for people that he dates. The last time I did a reading on Erling, I guess it was a few days before his relationship with Isabel was made public. And in that reading, I was kind of talking about a secret love and maybe not being able to reveal that. So that could be what was in the past. But now it's revealed, and in the present, you have this devil. So it's almost a sense of illusions, temptations, and material, like choosing material wealth, things that are superficial, things that feel good in the here and now, over like solid long-term benefits. So let's take a look at the Hierophant in the past. We have here the Queen of Cups. So to me, it's almost a sense of like he will always choose. His rules are kind of like he will always based on who he is with, on certain rules or requirements that he has. Everyone does that, but it could be that he has like unspoken rules that other people might not have. But ultimately, who he decides to be with, I do think it requires them to really be in the same like organization in terms of love of football. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Swords and the Two of Swords. So it's like peace and indecision. It's making me think about how he's spoken about an ex that had asked him to choose her or football, and obviously he chose like soccer. So it could be like he is kind of almost afraid that will always be the choice. It's like me or, you moving to this new country to play soccer, and he'll always choose soccer. So it's kind of like, how is that going to affect him? So let's see what this devil is doing in his present when it comes to his love life. Page of Cups. So it's really kind of the things that he wants to follow with his heart, the things that make him think that the connection he has with his girlfriend is, potential long term. It's almost a sense like that is not necessarily what he would choose. The bottom of the deck, we have Temperance and Three of Wands. So Temperance is kind of a sense of trying to be both things at once. At least here you have part man, part woman, all angel. It's a sense of balance and healing and patience, but that's not necessarily how Erling operates. It's right now when it comes to love, he wants a connection now. He wants to have this emotional connection, but in the end, it might be that he's going to like pursue something else. He's looking at new horizons in the Six of Wands because he wants that victory. He wants that success. He wants that recognition. So in the future, we have here the Nine of Cups. So it is a sense of being happy. It is being fulfilled and content. But in this Nine of Cups, this person here is like celebrating on their own. We have here this Strength card. So it seems like really Erling has to kind of battle his own ego when it comes to being happy and love. And at the bottom, we have Two of Cups and the Ace of Swords. And what else? We have the Seven of Pentacles. So is interesting for this kind of concept of love. You've got the Two of Cups, two people coming together. We've got this connection here, like really having a heart connection, being on the same page, like communicating their wants, their desires, and then a sense of like the truth, and a sense of victory here. But then you got the Seven of Pentacles, where it's like in the background, it's like what you've been investing in, what is going to give you money in the future. And then what's next for Erling when it comes to love? We have the Page of Pentacles. So it's still like a focus on finances, but it's almost making me wonder if he's trying to see what kind of, like, try to get Isabel to like follow along wherever he is, to kind of maybe get to play wherever he goes. So let's take a look at that. We have the Four of Swords. So it is, to me, kind of a sense of like there's a female in this bed. So to me, it is kind of like the focus is going to be on like what kind of investment, what kind of start in terms of financial investment can be done for her, so that she's not just alone. So it's almost as if his connection with her does really matter, but at the heart of it, it's kind of like, will he walk away from an opportunity for that? So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So very much focused on the financial future of and recognition for himself, but also I think for Isabel. Obviously, he's in a better position, but it seems like he may be trying to, especially with this like Page of Swords, like finding out about contracts and not being too happy about it. It could be that like he's trying to find a way to tie her with him, to have them together, depending on where he goes, without really having a lot of like clear-cut success on that actually happening. It's like this effort here is like he's putting in that effort to make this work, but the question will always kind of ultimately be, what is he willing to give up for his success, his being like, what's it called? A role model. Him being like just that pioneer, like the best at what he does, versus being like the best supporting partner. So thanks for watching this titillating edition of Tabloid Tarot. We'll see you next time. Take care.